All right, I'm going to show some film of Andrew Van Ginkel and Jaelen Phillips versus the Jets to kind of show what Phillips is able to do and what Van Ginkel is able to do and what we're going to see in the transition. It's going to be a step down, and it's not because Van Ginkel is such a big step down from Phillips, but Agba is a big step down from Van Ginkel. So when you add Van Ginkel, Phillips, and Chubb, that was a stellar trio on edge. And then Agba coming in for a slight breather on these guys. But now with Phillips out, it's going to change the dynamics of who's getting the double. And then it drops things down to Van Ginkel now having to play Phillips' role and Agba having to fill Van Ginkel's role. And I don't know if Agba can fill Van Ginkel's shoes, but we'll see. This guy was a great player, and it's a great chance for a turnaround in what has been a pretty flatlined career for the last 2 years for Agba. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, let's check this out. This is one of the main traits. Look at the speed, height, and agility to alter the trajectory of that pass. He's almost 6'7", and that is a big difference. Look how close, like a basketball player. He has to change the trajectory, and the ball just sails high. A little bit shorter, a little bit slower, and that could have been a completion. All right, this is where Phillips has really grown so much, and it's in the run defense. You can see here he's going against the tackle, and it used to be tight ends gave him a problem, but he gets his hands into the shoulder pads, extends, rips and dips, and just, it was beautiful display of strength and technique to get off and make a wonderful, an amazing stop tackle for loss. Phillips, just his growth in his run defense was just had him on the edge of stardom, and that's such a shame. But yeah, here's another thing you can see, just the power and speed, the combination. He was a finesse guy to start off, and he just added the ferocity and the power. And you can see that he's setting up for the outside, and then he comes right at him with the bull rush, blows him up, and gets the hand almost in there for a deflection. And that is like an under 2-second pass. It's unbelievable. You can see here, look, getting off there and the explosion to the quarterback for the near safety. It just, this is the big difference between Van Ginkel. It's that explosion. You see the contact and off, and he's like a shot out of a cannon. Here's another one. Van Ginkel and Phillips share the same trait as pure hustle. Look where he came from across the field. Look where he's at when the ball's thrown, and he could have easily just kind of jogged his way to it, came in, and shows how much he loves the game. And now, again, you can see it here. Look at that. He is an all-out hustle, and Van Ginkel is the same kind of guy. These two guys have a fighter spirit. Look where he's at. He's 8 yards off the ball right now. Awkward situation, and just watch him explode past everybody. He could have trotted and saved that energy. That's why I just love this kid. And here, again, the agility and the speed to get off. Look at it. He gets off the block and then instantly in the air with that height. This is such supreme athleticism to cause a big play. This is a beautiful play here. Now, this looks like a little bit of nothing. Like, what are you showing this for? I would take a look how they set up. They've got the tight end, they've got the running back, and they've got the tackle all eyeing Phillips. All three of these guys, he's got a triple team here. And this opens it up inside for Wilkins. It has one-on-one for Chubb. Seal is now doubled, but that triple coverage right there allows Wilkins to get in there and Chubb to clean up. There's a lot of respect for this kid. And this is, again, the run defense. Watch him. He sets up outside. He does the jab step like a running back, gets the tackle leaning, comes back inside, uses a nice rip, and get in there, puts his feet in the ground, and gets back for that tackle. This is big time ball, man. Big time to dominate like that in the run game. All right, now we're going to get to Van Ginkel, and he is no slouch. I am a big fan of Van Ginkel, and there's a lot of things he could do just like Phillips, but the height, there's like a 3-inch difference. This explosion off the ball, it's just a different caliber, but there's a lot to like about Van Ginkel, and that's why I've always been a fan of the kid. You can see him come off the ball here. This is one of the first snaps after Phillips' injury. And you can see, watch the technique. He gets the hand in and a rip and a pull. And this is quick pressure. This is a quick pass. And look how he gets great technique, great ferocity and physicality. This is a great quality for an end. And you can see right here, this is a beautiful move. He strings together a nice 3 technique pass rush. Outside, hands, the swat, the rip, the spin, and he pulls the tackle in, which allows the, I guess it's Sealer or Wilkins to make the sack on this one. And he draws that double team, and that is great. That's something that Phillips did too. Now watch here. You can see again, he goes outside, puts the foot in the ground, comes back, uses the strength to swat Max Schnelling out of the way. The guard's got to come in and help and double, and that allows Wilkins to be one-on-one, rolling to play side, and then jump up and getting his hand in the air, and that could have been deflection. And that all comes about because Van Ginkel drew the double team. Again, here's a pass rush. You can see the difference in the agility and the speed and the length. Not to say he can't do it, but there is a downshift as far as that with Van Ginkel from Phillips. See here, again, another pass rush. Look at the strength, the one arm. I like his physicality. Puts the hand in the shoulder pad. He's hanging on one foot and then has the strength to fight his way off that and create something. And that kind of strength and technique and pretty good speed combo is going to pay big dividends at some point, and probably many points down the road. Now, you might say, what are you showing this one for? Because just notice the explosion difference between Phillips and Van Ginkel. This is decent, but you can see just there's that half a step difference, and that can be a big difference in this game. This wasn't a really play, but I just wanted you to see the explosion and covering ground of Van Ginkel compared to Phillips. So now you'll see this one here. He gets inside and gets the underneath. He dips the shoulder, and he could do this pretty good too. Nice little hand combination there, but you can see he kind of loses a little bit of the balance where Phillips would probably keep his balance and continue to explode, but that's a nice little group of techniques there, and he can do that. He can get that speed move where he dips that shoulder. He can he has the power. Guys have seen that on film. He's got the excellent hustle. He's got the great technique, and he's ultra physical and very smart. So to me, Phillips is A1. But Van Ginkel would be like AC, he's an excellent guy to have in the wings, but there's just something to be said about that ultra explosive, tall, athletic play that's going to draw the doubles from other teams. Now, both these guys went against poor tackles this game, but I think that Phillips has shown he's able to do this against the better tackles in the league. Van Ginkel has as well in the past, but it'll be very interesting to see if he can keep this kind of play as he goes against the better offensive line and the better teams in the league. Fangio's definitely going to miss him a little bit playing that middle and edge. Now he's going to have to take a primary role on the edge. That's going to thin the linebacking core, and it's going to force Agba to have to step up. This will be interesting, but no matter how you slice it, the loss of Phillips does hurt, but it's not a killing blow. It's not a killing blow. This defense can continue. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed. Curtis saying, catch you next time. Be well. Go Fins. Start building your own online sportsbook today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.